wanted to take a moment and just talk about working with King Lexie and the Consultório. So I did a number of cycles with the Consultório, and the thing that stands out for me first about the process was the way that Lexie listens so deeply to what you're saying and reflects back the parts of your own wisdom that you wouldn't necessarily uplift yourself. Um, she really does weave together all of the things that you are reflecting on, that you're worried about, that you're excited about, feelings in your body, memories, and creates a creative um, journey for you. That's what she did for me. So it's like the journey is woven out of my own experience, and then I get to walk in my own desires and my own fears and play with them and dance with them. Her process really is weaving together this very personal experience, and you get to build deep relationships with different parts of yourself, which I think is such a cool process. So it's not just a formulaic, do A, B, and C kind of thing. It's so specific to my creativity. And for me, and maybe this is just because I value relationships, but I noticed that the invitation really was to build a relationship with all of the different layers of what is coming up for me when I'm trying to move through a habit. So that was really what I was working with Lexie about, moving through an old habit of not showing up for myself in one way and showing up for myself in a way that I felt like was going to support really who I'm becoming. So another element of working with her is just the accountability part, to be able to check in with her every week, every other week, and have someone that I knew I was going to show up for and say, this is what we planned for me to be doing for the past 2 weeks, and this is how that went. It was very, very helpful for me. And just also the accessibility. So the willingness to say, if you need to text me, if that would help you to stay on track, then go ahead and text me. And that was something that was really personal. So it made the experience accessible and approachable, and a one-on-one in a way that was more like having a friend. And then the last way that I felt like really, really served me and what I was trying to do is to really create this experience of making it okay to go at a pace that feels right for me, feels right for my body, instead of being like, I'm going to do these 10 things that everything was, well, what's the 2-minute version of that? What's the 1-minute version of that? And that, to me, took me a while to even, I think, process. I think that just acknowledging in myself that when I want to change something, I imagine myself fully in the full expression of it. And Lex really broke it down and was like, this is something that can happen in 2 minutes. Like, what's the 2-minute version of your fullest expression, in a lot of different ways. So it's a lot of troubleshooting around what was going to work for me, because again, it's not a formulaic experience. So I really appreciated and loved just being held by the immense creativity that is Lexie's mind, and the invitation throughout the journey to use my artistry as a tool for transformation. And I would recommend her process to anyone who really loves to move through transformation from a sensual sensually, erotically curious place. And by erotic, I mean centered in the body, centered in sensations, centered in expression and curiosity and creativity. And I recommend King Lexie's Consultório to anyone who likes the idea of using play as a method of transformation and embodying different elements of yourself as a method of transformation. And this was just my experience. I know Lex also has a entire toolbox of methods that she didn't even use with me, so I know that she could work with anybody, but I know that her specialty is in particular folks who are really ready to tap into what your body's wisdom is telling you and how it wants to guide you. Tapping creatives to use their own creativity and their own desires to guide them forward and to assist in their transformation. So work with Lex. It's an experience that is satisfying, nourishing, exhilarating, creative, and really connected to the earth, to the body, to really what it means to be a human being.